Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. As you can see, we've been having a little bit of technical issues today, but again, that is what life is all about. You have so much that you've prepared for, right? Whenever you go live, it's not if anything happens, is how you address it whenever anything happens. And I want to welcome you to the show. This is the Content Creators University. What we do here every single week, we connect with one of the best minds and creators in the media IT ecosystem. And today we have another amazing guest that is about to show us and teach us on certain things that we need to understand, right? How to broadcast with right? How to podcast, as a matter of fact, with a broadcasting software. Now, I know some people will be like, why on earth would you even want to do a podcast using a broadcasting software? What are the advantages of it? Why should you care? Well, all those things we're about to talk about into this show. So if you're new to the channel, I want to go ahead and ask you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because every single week, this is what we do, right? We have people that are coming onto the platform to have conversations with you and I, so that we can elevate our value proposition. We can keep learning and really be sharp, because as you know, technology is always evolving. There's always something new, something we need to learn, something we need to update, something we need to change. That's why this platform exists, Content Creators University. All right. So if you're new, consider sticking around. If you're not new, well, I appreciate you joining us here live every single week. And I also want to tell you that this show is sponsored, right? It's based on our sponsor and listeners that this show is still continuing. So I want to thank our sponsors and you, our listeners, right? Thank you guys for joining every single week live here, sharing the video, commenting, being active. That is what this is all about, right? This community, I want to thank you for that. Now, we have another ad, and then we're about to talk about who will be next in the Content Creators University. So don't go anywhere. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right. Now we're about to talk about who will be next in the Content Creators University. Before I say that, I know you've seen the ad that just passed. That is RTN Streams, and RTN Streams is one of our sponsors. And RTN Streams is your best companion to your Ecamm. I'm using Ecamm right now. So if you're using Ecamm or a broadcasting software and encoder that's encoding the broadcast out to the people, well, RTN Streams takes it further, right? It allows you to have your own Roku TV application and manage it drag and drop, just as if you were uploading a video to YouTube. Literally, that's what I use as my solution. And that's why every single week, this show right now is broadcasted on my Roku TV application and my Fire TV application. So for the folks that connect every single week on there, I want to thank you for being on your TV, and I appreciate you welcoming me onto your TV while you're eating popcorn and just drinking coffee. You're doing something relaxing and you're connecting with us right here live. Thank you for that. And that's what I use. So if you're looking to do the same thing, just go on rtnstreams.com, or if you're just looking for some overlays, just like the ad you saw, well, you can get some free dope overlays from there. Go get yourself some. Really, really awesome. Now, as you can see, I have Kelly Mirabella that will be with us here next week. And with Kelly, we're about to talk about something I'd rather you show up to know. Unless you subscribe to the channel, JP Hightek Reviews, you will not know. So that's what it's all about. And I am excited about this conversation, right? It's how to market yourself as a content creator. There's a way to market yourself, right? Branding is not marketing. Is not graphic design. All those things are different. So now we're about to talk about marketing. What's the best way to market yourself as a creator so that you can have an impact? That's what we'll be talking about with Kelly. Looking forward to that conversation as well. We will also have Juanita Kali will be with us here October 6th. Man, oh man, we're about to talk about women in tech. Looking forward to that conversation. This will be phenomenal. So I want you to mark the date, save the date, because this will be amazing. We will also have the duo. I call them the fire duo, right? They will be in the space right here as VIP guests as well. Anna and Fulgence. Looking forward to this connection as well. They're coming to teach us more things. This is what we do, fellas. This is what we do every single week. And I can't wait for all this conversation. So if you want to watch these, all you have to do is subscribe, stick around for all these amazing things, right? That is what this is all about. Now, we have somebody backstage, folks. He's literally backstage looking $1 million. When I say looking good, you're about to see that. His name is Dr. ELO. For the folks that do not believe, he's truly a doctor now. Yeah, he has a doctorate and everything. I love this guy. I love his spirit. And today he's about to teach us some things that we need to know in regarding to our podcast. If you're a podcaster, this is for you, because you may be doing it the wrong way, or you may be doing it the hardest way. Or maybe this is a different perspective that's going to help you elevate your production. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring him in right after this animation. We'll be right back. What's going on, Dr. ELO? Welcome to the show.
So happy to be here. Thank you very much for having me in this show. I love the production. I love your shows, man. So I'm a fan. So awesome. I'm glad to be here. Excited.
Yes, sir. It is an honor. It is an honor that you accepted the invitation and you were here, right? You were going to be our professor today. That's what we say every time. So it's so well because you're a doctor and you'll be the professor. Perfect segue. All right, man. I know some folks are watching this and listening. They'll be like, hey, they seem to know each other. Yeah, we've been, going on each other's streams and connecting on the web, on the digital flesh for a while. And today we are here on the same show, which is exciting to me, and he's excited as well. But for the folks that do not know you, please take a minute, introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, who are you, and why you're here.
All right. So Dr. Efrain Lopez, I have a doctorate in environmental and social sustainability. It's a management doctor. So I do work for the federal government on my day job, right? I'm a deputy of one of the offices down at ETOT. And what I do with the live streaming area or content creation is that I help businesses get more comfortable around, live streaming, right? And get more comfortable in front of camera. So I help people out in the context of getting better, talking to the lens, making content, deciding on what type of tech you need. Let's talk about microphones. Let's talk about cameras, the way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you look in camera. All those things in there that you need to look professional. And when I mean professional, it's not bow and tie and stuff. It's looking presentable, like the look that I have right now. It looks clean. It looks clean cut. It has different lightings. It has gradients, and I'm centered. I'm not supposed to be in the shot right here. Those different things. I show people how to do them, and I also work doing overlays. And there's a plethora of things that I do, but I mainly try to help people out with their live streams.
Wow. Fantastic. So let me make sure I understand. So pretty much what you do is, I don't want to use the word, but that's the best word. Pretty much live stream for dummies, right? Like you make it easy so that anybody, you don't have to be a tech professional or have an advanced knowledge and technical stuff. You break it down in an easy way so that it's digestible. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. And there is always an easy, slow way to do it. You don't have to jump on the gun and, be ready in 2 days. This is a process, or a process, like they say up in the North. You have to take your time to do this, the work, the practice, the iterations. So you actually can get better at this. So it's a matter of, resistance. It's a matter of, it's not a short race. It's a marathon, basically. That's what it is.
Right. That is so true, right? This content creation world that we live in, especially if you want to elevate your production value, you need to understand that it takes time, like you just said, in order to get to a certain place, right? It takes time to elevate. You have to start with a certain foundation. What matters is the foundation of what you're building. Foundation in your gear, foundation in your knowledge and foundation in the elements you have in place, so that once you have that knowledge, you can know, okay, in order to achieve this, I need to purchase this, and then you make the budget, and later you upgrade to that. But also understanding, having the knowledge and knowing that, okay, what I have right now, I can get by if I were to do it like this. So that's why I love people like you, and I love shows like Content Creators University, because what we're doing is simply helping people, understand the things that have to do with, oh, I am a creator. I am a content creator. I'm trying to put some things out. What do I need to consider? And also the knowledge behind it. Because one thing is, you can learn and understand that you maybe need a camera, right? Let's say you need a Sony A6100. But then there's way more to that. Now,
What
in
else?
regards to how you want to set it up, the colors, profiles, are you trying to do it in 4K or HD? Understand the adapters that goes in it. That's why. Thank you, man. Thank you for what you're doing. This is fantastic. Today, we're talking about something strange. Podcast, but not the traditional way,
Exactly.
using a broadcasting software. Before we even talk about the softwares, let me ask you this. Why will somebody want to do a podcast using a broadcasting software?
Well, JP, usually when you do content creation, you just don't concentrate on doing one thing, because only live streaming won't let you grow. Only videos won't let you grow. Only podcasts won't let you grow unless you go and concentrate on, on podcasts that is non-video, right? So
Right.
why not use what you're already paying for monthly to create other things, to create podcasts, to create videos, create live streams, create whatever you want? Sky's the limit. But if you're already paying for a service, why not maximize it?
That's so true. I mean, you already have it. If that's so true. If it has the potential to allow you to do a
Exactly.
podcast, why spend the extra money? Why not use what you currently have to its maximum, right? Maximize your investment and take advantage. That's fantastic. Let me go ahead and take a second and do a shout out to our folks in the comment section. I have Sammy Superstar. How's it going, Sammy? Thanks for being here. We appreciate your presence. And look at
Good
that.
friend.
Say, oh my God. What's going on? Thanks for, being here, connected with us live. And Steve Worthy, the one and only Steve Worthy, is right there as well.
Steve.
Hey, Steve, thanks for being here. And look at that. We have one of our sponsors, Charles Jackson, in the
All
comment.
right,
And I
Charles.
love what he's saying right there. Look at what he's saying. He says time and intentionality. But first, you
Amen.
need to adopt a vision. That is powerful. Powerful. Time and intentionality, right? Take the time. Be intentional about what you're doing. But that can only happen if you adopt the vision, which is the overall global visualization of what you're trying to achieve. Adopting means walking in it and letting things unfold as you're growing. That's
Indeed.
powerful. Powerful.
And I'll
Now,
always say hi also to Sai. Sai, she's my partner for Go Create Content, which is a new
all
venue that we're
right.
starting off. Just in the audience. So hello, my friend.
Shout out to you, Sai. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot for being here with us. Now, let me ask you, before we even talk about the broadcast, let's talk about you, right? Because for those of you who do not know, if you're listening to this, he looks very awesome. And what he does, he said he teaches people how to look like him, how to
Yeah.
look this professional, just HD. Let me ask you this, because you share with us your day job, which is not the content creation. You have a
I don't know.
real professional day job. But even in the content creation ecosystem, you are professional as well. Let me ask you this. Why did you start doing content creation and how long?
I actually started doing content creation a year ago, but I've been following live streaming pros for a long time. So I started watching them since they were Geeks Live, Geeks University, all the way here to live streaming pros, and then I ended up being a moderator for live streaming pros. I started to basically fall in love with live streaming little by little. I started doing like Zoom calls with the audience. I started doing some live streamings with Luria as well. I did
Hmm.
live streamings with basically the team, right? So for some reason, it just felt natural to start, developing and start helping other people how to, as easy as it is to learn how to speak on camera,
Mm-hmm.
how to look better, how to have gradient colors, all that stuff, all those details I learned from them. But I've basically taken them to another level by doing research. I'm a doctor. I love doing research. I'm always reading. I'm always
Right.
researching. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I started incrementing and gear acquisition syndrome
Acquisition
or gas
syndrome. Yep.
helped a
Yep.
little bit, not gonna lie. So I started basically falling in love with content creation as well. And yeah, basically look at Sammy. Sammy can remember my first stream down in the audience.
Yep.
So I started doing Lita as well,
Mm-hmm.
live every day in August or April.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to get my confidence, started to get all my knowledge, and I decided that why not share this knowledge and pay it forward? This is what it's all about. It's paying it forward. So
Mm-hmm. And that is fantastic because your story is similar to a lot of other people that have a traditional day job, but also do content creation, right?
yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to you share your background for us to know how long you've been doing it is because my next question to you will be okay. Now that you've been doing it, you're not just doing it today. You've taken it a step further, like you shared, is you're helping other people achieve what you're achieving. Now, let me ask you because not everybody goes that far, right?
Mhm.
Like helping other people. Why did you specifically decide to help other people? Is it just like a different side gig to make extra income, or this might be something completely different? Because off stage you were sharing with me all the stuff, so I know you're very invested in this. Let us know.
Yeah. So basically, since I was little, thanks to my mom and dad who put these values in me, right? They
Mm-hmm.
always used to help people, man, and help people, and that you learn growing up to help others, right? Help others
Right.
achieve stuff. And with time, it just feels good to help. So I entered the military, I entered the Coast Guard, which I still am under service in the Coast Guard as well. Then I
Mm-hmm.
entered the public service with the Department of Transportation. And I don't know, man, it wasn't enough. I had this time that I needed to fulfill something because I just finished my doctor's from
Mm-hmm.
basically reading my eyelashes out. So I was like, I have so much time. What can I do? I have ADHD. I get bored very easily. So I need to do something. I need to fulfill something that is good and that it pays forward, right? That it's something good for everybody, for
Mm-hmm.
myself, my family, and it's good for others as well. So I started helping out, giving my time as a moderator for free and doing my thing. And it happened. It just happened that I started, doing consultancy on the side and with my channel, and I started growing. So everything was very organic, but it's all centered in the values that they were, that I learned from my parents. I can't stress it anymore. This is values that I have right now, and that sense of community and that sense of helping others is definitely the responsibility. My parents were responsible for that. Definitely.
Right, right. Fantastic. That is awesome that you're doing that. I want to thank you because this is something else. But I know somebody will be like, okay, you're doing it. That is positioning yourself as an expert, right? Like positioning yourself
Yeah.
as a professional. And so when you're helping others, that changes the conversation. Oh, okay, if you're gonna
Hmm.
help me, you better know what you're doing. You better make sure you understand what you're doing, and
Exactly.
you better make sure you have the tools in order to help me grow. So how is that? How do you do that? Or in other words, is it hard to transition to that place of becoming another voice of helping others and position yourself as a professional in this industry that you didn't go to college for? How hard
Hmm.
was it for you to do?
It wasn't because I have my heart in it. So if you have your heart in it and you have the knowledge, obviously you need to have the knowledge. You need to create no, not everybody learns in the traditional way. I
Mm-hmm.
do learn in the traditional way and the untraditional way as well. So I basically started reading and started consuming and started like a sponge trying to grab everything, everything. And I'm a techie guy. I have a master's degrees as well with and network engineering. So I'm a techie too. So I started to combine all the things that I have and know my past experiences. And
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, it clicked. It clicked, and I felt comfortable enough to start helping people out. And the helping people out, definitely, you need to know your stuff. You can't just help people for helping people and create another big mess. So yeah, because it happens, and it's happened to everybody. At first, that's what you're gonna do anyways. So you're gonna start,
Right.
you're gonna be a little bit afraid of what you're doing, and you're gonna make mistakes. That's totally normal. But at first, I wasn't even taking any kind of money. I just wanted to help people out, get the experience, and for some reason, some people started offering me like, "Hey, can you do this overlays for me? I'll give you $150 for the overlay package." Like, what? So it wasn't even planned. It just happened. And now I can actually say that I do consultancy and I do overlay packages and I do a bunch of stuff on the side as well. So it takes time, but everybody can do it with the right attitude and with their heart in place. Oh yeah.
See, that's the key. You just said with the right attitude. Not attitude meaning how serious do you
Yeah.
take yourself and how serious do you take the concept of helping others, right? If you take yourself seriously, you will pay attention to what you're doing and to the people. And you have to have a heart, like you said, you have to have a heart into this, love people before you can help people. And you have to love yourself, be comfortable with yourself before you can tell somebody else, okay, I can help you look like the way I look on camera, right? I can help you with your stage presence. I can help you with designing overlays or visual aspect. I'm a branding expert. That's what I do for a living. So I totally relate with what you're saying.
Oh,
This
I
is
can tell.
phenomenal.
This looks beautiful now. Oh yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm loving the comment that say OMG is put in there. She said that ELO is always learning, always working towards being the better version of himself he can be. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic mindset to have as a content creators. Yeah.
Thank you, Si.
I
Appreciate
mean,
that.
I say this all the time. I want to thank you for that comment. That is pretty awesome. And this is fantastic, right? I always say the day you stop learning, you stop growing. So in order to always and to want to keep learning, you must have what she just said. Let me put it up again. The comment, what she just said. You're always working towards improving yourself, right? To be a better version of yourself. So that's the question. In order to improve in anything, are you at a place where you're willing to always learn?
You have to.
I mean, tell me, man. You
Man,
you you
there's
love
no other way.
research. You love research, but it's not easy to research.
No, it's not. It's not. And it's not fun either. But, I have a legacy to protect as well. I have a 7-year-old. So he's watching. So I am basically a role model for him as well. So I want my kid to grow up. And when he grows up, I want him to be a professional as well and be a good person outside, and help others. So I got to remember all the time that I'm also an example and that, the little buddy is always looking. So it works out.
Nice. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and take a little ad break. We'll be back. And when we come back, I want us to now talk about those softwares. How exactly do we broadcast? Doing a podcast using a broadcasting software. How do we do
Sir.
that? Right after this ad. So stay with me. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Todd.
Hi.
This is Todd's mom.
Hi.
In a moment, Todd's mom will read her son's internet browsing history.
What?
Aloud, please.
No.
Supermodels on trampolines.com. Why don't girls like me? How to overcome an overbearing mother.
Okay, cut.
If you wouldn't want
Stop.
mom looking through your web history, why would you let hackers, ad companies, or your internet and cellular provider do the same thing?
Why does my junk burn?
They can track and record everything you do
Maybe
online,
for dummies.
but not if you have ExpressVPN.
Why did you buy a $200 ninja outfit?
For fighting.
ExpressVPN apps keep your activity and identity private while you browse, stream, email, or download. Protect all of your devices with just one click.
Are my hands small?
Okay, I'm done. You guys are all terrible people.
ExpressVPN. Take back your privacy today.
All right, folks, I want to welcome you back here to the Content Creators University. If you're just joining us, we've been here with Dr. ELO, and we've been talking in regards to content creation, his journey, how he started, why he's doing the things he's doing today, which is helping people elevate their proposition value and elevate what they do, pretty much making this content creation thing easy for people. Why is he doing it? And also the things to consider if you want to transition and position yourself as a professional. Now, the truth is in his ear is what we're about to embrace it, is how to podcast using the broadcasting software. Earlier, he explained to us that, you need to understand that if you have something that can do podcast, why should you go out of your way, spend additional money when all you have to do is look into what you currently have and take advantage of that? That is a fantastic way of speaking. And I want to go ahead and thank you, Dr. ELO, for all your knowledge that you've been dropping to us. I've been taking note. Really appreciate that. Now let's go ahead and talk about it. How do we do it, Dr. ELO? What are the softwares that even will allow us to do that?
All right. So there's obviously different types of softwares around for live streaming or for that record as well. And now this type of softwares are adding that individual recording for the audio part, individual audio. So that's what's really important for podcasts. So when people talk on top of each other, you have that separate audio track and you can just cut, paste elsewhere, and the podcast will sound like nobody was talking over each other. So, it's a good thing that the companies that are the live streaming companies are made self-aware that podcasting is a thing and that they can market their product not just for live streaming or video recording, but they can actually do it for podcasting as well. So knowing that we are content creators, that we usually do more than one type of content, why not use the live streaming software for other things like podcasting? So there's a bunch of them that I can show you right now.
Yes,
and
let's
we
go
can
ahead
go
and take a look at it. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. What we can use to make this happen.
Exactly. So the first one that we're going to talk about, if you have a Mac, obviously this is the software that we're using today, which is Ecamm. And the recommended plan is the standard plan, because if you're doing any type of podcasting, $20 a month is a very good pricing. That's the monthly pricing. Now, if you want to pay something that's yearly, it's $192. But not only that, Ecamm has lots of specials around the year. Usually, when you get the 30% special from them, discount, you get it for life. So this is one of the benefits of Ecamm. And you have unlimited recording and also audio and video as well. So you can do a podcast that is audio only, or you can do a video and audio podcast as well. It's very versatile. You can do this type of production in there if you want to do video podcast, or if you just want to do a regular audio podcast, you can do it as well. And they do have individual audio tracks as well. The thing that we were talking about, not overlapping in between each other.
Nice.
The next one that we have, it's Restream.io. So Restream, the standard, it's $19. It's $190 a year. They also have some types of discounts around the year. Probably the ones that are best are Black Friday or anytime in Christmas. They always have something. It's not as good as a discount you get from Ecamm, but you can at least get a 10%. And you got 6 hours of recording a month. I think that's pretty good for a podcast if you're doing a podcast of an hour and a half every week. Usually podcasts are less than an hour. That's a standard, right? You can do live
Mm-hmm.
calls, so you can bring people in or interviews. For those of you that do Ecamm interviews, not sorry, podcast interviews, you can actually do it. Have the person call in and do the podcast like that. And it also has the ability of audio and video. Right now, because I use the Go XLR on our podcast, which just started, Go Create Content podcast. We started doing our recordings with Restream, so I can be available to use my Go XLR.
And use its different voices.
So that's the way that I basically. That's why I'm not using Ecamm. Ecamm for me is the preferred way. I do use PC and I do use also Mac. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer Mac. I've been a Mac guy since I was little. So, but right now, so I can use this Go XLR, which is PC only. I use Restream because it's a great service for it. Now, Riverside FM, it is software only for podcasting. But the good thing is that it's cheap. It's $19 as well. It's 180, and it has similar stuff as Restream. As you can tell, it has separate and separate audio and video tracks. Now, video tracks, that's something that no one hasn't. And this is only a podcasting software, but a lot of people use it for doing videos as well because it has that ability of separating those video tracks, which no one has, which is pretty cool. So that's
Interesting.
one aspect of the river of a podcast software that you can actually reverse and use it for something else. Then you have Streamyard. Everybody knows Streamyard. It's
StreamYard.
free.
Yep.
It's free, man. You have 20 hours a month. That's more hours than a lot of the services that actually you have to pay for. And they have up to 6 people at the same time you can have in a call, and you can use audio and video. So the only thing that StreamYard lacks is the ability on the free version, the ability to take the thing that says StreamYard on the top right, which is not bad. You can probably replace it in some I don't know, in some form, doing some editing, I guess.
Right.
Or if you just do an audio one, it works really well. So you can use it for live streaming, recording, or for podcasting. Doesn't matter. It works phenomenal as well. Squadcast, the plan is called Indie Audio. It's $20 a month. This is also for podcasting, for video podcasting. So I've done video podcasting with this software, and it's really good as well. Um, it's $20. It's $220 a month, a year. I'm sorry, 5 hours a month. It has rollover time, so whatever time you don't use in the last month, you can use it the next month, which is pretty
That's
amazing,
good.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have an honorable mention here, which is BeLive. I'm an ambassador for for BeLive as well, and it's free. It's a recommended plan. It's free, obviously. It's 0 and 0. You can have 2 people in a call, and you can do up to 3 shows per month, which is around 1 hour each show. But it has a bonus, which is a video editor. And I've used
Oh,
a video editor
nice.
before. So whenever you finish, you can edit the video, cut the parts out that you don't want, and boom, you're done. You're done anywhere. Basically, you want to go in the world and do some editing right there. You can do it basically virtually anywhere.
Is the BeLive a local install or web interface?
It's a web interface. All of this except Ecamm.
Ecamm. Huh.
Ecamm is the only one that's a software that it's local to the computer. I did mention others, which honorable mentions, which is Clean Feed, Sandcaster, and OBS. I don't recommend them. I don't like to work with them. It's a little bit different. It's not live streaming software. The OBS, it is live streaming software, but the learning curve is really steep. If you want to start with live streaming or doing podcasts with OBS, it's a computer CPU hug, and the learning curve is really high. So it's not even. I don't think it's worth it. Let's put it that way. I'd rather invest in something like Streamyard, which is free, and go with the punches.
That's pretty nice, pretty nice. And those are valuable information because a lot of, and that's the truth, right? A lot of video content creators also want to do audio podcast. And now a lot of audio podcasters also want to produce video podcasts at the same time. So the concept here is to have, for example, one software that can potentially do both, right? That can allow you to do video and also audio. So, and Sammy's saying you could also use vMix, which is true. vMix,
you can,
but go ahead.
But the thing is with vMix is not cheap. The learning curve is very high and is very technical. So for a person that's starting and wants to start a podcast or wants to start doing live streaming with it and combine those services, it's way better to just go with any other services, because you're going to take about a year to get good with it. And there's not much vMix training out there. I think the ones that have vMix software course, it's Live Streaming Pros. And they have, I believe that they needs to have a revamp of, because there's new stuff for vMix. So it is expensive. It is a learning curve. Now they do have a month by month, which is $50. But you won't ever finish paying $50. And you're going to spend $50 on something, might as well just, don't use it for 4 months and pay for Ecamm for the whole year.
Right. And for those that do not know or want to try Ecamm, you can definitely get yourself a free trial. Look in the video description. Go ahead and get yourself a free trial here with the Content Creators University and see if this is something for you. Now, one thing that that's in the comment section, say OMG, I like that. She said Ecamm might be software based, but only the person that records needs the software. She said, ELO and I have done podcasting with Ecamm, and I'm a PC user. That is a very good point, right? For example, you're producing podcasts with somebody else. So you got to think about, okay, that person can be a guest on your podcast. Both of you guys are doing audio, but only one computer needs to be recording or having a strong processing power. So your computer, you just haven't going into it, and that just makes it easy. So that is a very good point. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys use, right? What software do you use if you're already a content creator? What have you been using? How do you like it? I'm liking the comment that I'm seeing from Coffee Talk and Tech. He said, I know a vMix user. Yep. I know, right? Hello to you, and thanks for joining the live show right here. And Sammy saying Ecamm is one of my favorite softwares. Me too, right? But there's what we're doing here is giving you guys different options depending on what you're trying to do. So as you saw, Dr. ELO presented a few options. Let me put it back on the screen again, and we're looking at Ecamm, which is hardware needed. You need to download that locally to your hardware, only on Mac, as a recording of this podcast. And then you have, if you don't want to download anything, right, which will be CPU intensive, then go to the web and have good quality, which is Restream, right? Restream.io can allow you to go on the web and do that. And also you have Riverside.fm, Streamyard, which is free. Streamyard is free, Squadcast, and BeLive. So you want to go and check out the ones that you think will be better for you. We're just giving you different options. Now, the thing is, when we're saying you can do podcast production using the broadcasting software, it means that, remember, podcast is based on audio, right? So already the broadcasting software is allowing you to do what? Audio, right? You can hear and see. Now, if you do not want anybody to see you, instead of putting your camera up, you can simply put a graphics up, right? An image or something of your podcast. And as you're speaking with a professional microphone, everybody can hear you. And guess what? Everybody's happy, right? So just remove the video aspect of your software and you have a podcast, or turn on your camera and you have a video.
Exactly. Live or regular video, you have it.
Yes, and that is also one thing because these softwares we're talking about can do both. They can do both live or pre-recorded.
Exactly.
That is important because not every single software can do both. Some software can simply allow you the traditional podcast softwares. Some of them can only allow you to go live. That's it. You cannot pre-record it onto your computer and then edit it, make it look nice, or if you have a lot of and different things in your podcast, you want to post produce it and then release it, then you need that in high quality, which is one thing that I personally like about Ecamm, because like we were just talking earlier, Ecamm does have some features. I'm gonna let Dr. ELO tell you guys what type of features you get with your audio tracks.
Yeah, and you have separated audio tracks. So whenever you are doing your podcast, right, and in Ecamm, those tracks, whenever you download them, they're separated per person, per participant. Let's say that JP and I are doing a podcast. When I download that, I got the option of download his audio separated from mine. So there's two separate documents in there, so we don't overlap over each other, which occasionally happens. So where I'm doing the editing is really easy to just put one person after the other, and it sounds phenomenal. Plus, the
Yep.
quality of Ecamm, the audio, it's really good.
Oh, I can attest to you guys. And that is a feature if you use Ecamm that you need to activate, by the way, right? I wanna make sure I say that. And we can actually show them how to do that. Dr. ELO, you want to go ahead and show your screen? You're not Ecamm, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that on my end here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we're talking about, because this is something that you need to activate, right? So I'm gonna go on live demo mode right now, so you're able to see my screen, right? This is my screen. This is my workstation. Now, in your Ecamm, you have the option of clicking on settings right there, right? If you click on settings, you have a setting window that's going to open up. So now you have your settings window. You have multiple options: account, stream, video, audio, right? If I go into audio, as you can see right here, there are different things you can do. Now, let me go to stream real quick. In stream is where you want to activate use high quality video mode. But look right there. There is right under that is use high quality audio mode, right? This is where you want to activate that. It's not activated by default. So you have to go there manually and turn this on so that you can have high quality audio mode, right? And now in video, you have different options here, right? Yeah, fade out, autoplay video, show picture in picture, and all of that NDI. But if I go into interview mode, I believe, let's see, where is that? Audio. Okay. All right. Let me see. At the bottom here, as you can see, at the bottom here in audio, you have something grayed out, right? But you have, it says, record isolated audio tracks. This is what you want to turn on. Okay, so two things. In audio, turn on record isolated audio tracks. And in your stream, go down and activate use high quality audio mode. And this is if you're using Ecamm. And as you do that, whenever you record, you will always get two type of tracks, right? You will get the traditional video that's recorded, right? All in one, right? You will get that, but you will also get a separated audio track, meaning, for example, I am with Dr. ELO. His microphone will be recorded individually separately. My microphone will be recorded individually separately, right? And you can do whatever you want with that. And on top of that, like I said, you do have the entire broadcast audio, just in audio. So that means that you have the main, master file, and you have the individual file, and then you have your broadcast video file, just out of one show. That is fantastic, because if you know about post-production, this just slashed your post-production time in half.
It's really phenomenal. It's really phenomenal. And not to take anything vMix away, right? Because I am a vMix user as well. The thing that I don't recommend vMix for doing podcasts is because the price is high. It's an expensive piece of software. Right now, you can see here that goes from $0 to $20. That's what usually you pay, right? And here you go started in $50. So I don't think it's a sustainable price to start your podcast, especially when you're not monetized, right? So it's a little steep. So I don't recommend it for those reasons. It is a phenomenal software, and you can do a very good production from there, professional production from vMix if you know it. And I'm a vMix guru. I've been using it for around almost 2 years, and I've learned every single piece of it. And I did a little course on it. Um, Back in March, I think it was. So I know vMix. The thing is, for this topic specifically of podcasting, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have a whole lot of money, you don't
You
mind.
want to do it, well, yeah.
It's not just investing a lot of money; it's also the learning curve. Whenever I always say this, whenever we're getting the software, think about how it will complement your production. Right? Let that complement your production, not be in the way. So learning curve is a big deal, because if a software is now starting to give you a headache, you have to really take a long time to learn every single piece of it. That might be a problem, because you already have other things going on. You just want this to be an easy addition to everything you have, and everything flows just nice. Dr. ELO, thank you so much. We appreciate all the knowledge you've given us tonight. This was phenomenal. We've gotten to the end of our show. I want you to stay backstage as I go ahead and close with them, and I'll be right back with you. All right, folks, I want to thank you. Thanks to you, all of you guys that connected with us live, both on YouTube, Facebook, on our Roku TV application. For those of you who do not know, you can find me on Roku. Simply look for JP Hightek TV, and JP Hightek spelled JPHIGHTEK space TV. Look for that, download it, and watch it. I want to thank you for that, right? Thank you for commenting. Sammy, Coffee Talk Tech, First Lady Cree, Say OMG, Steve Worthy, Charles Jackson, all of you guys, thank you so much for being here, commenting, and being engaging in the comment section. That's what this is all about. And if you appreciate the knowledge, the value offered in this video, you want more, well, stick around, right? Stick around with us. Subscribe to the channel, JP Hightek Reviews, and of course, show up every single week. This is what we do. Every single week, we have somebody else new. Like the video, share with a friend that may benefit from this. And of course, like we always say, we'll see you guys next week, next time, for another awesome production, awesome time of learning. And that is what this is all about, right? Thank you, guys. Thank you. My name is JP Hightek, your host. See you guys next time. Be safe, like I always say. Shalom. Bye-bye, guys.